Hey guys, welcome back again to another juicy video. How are you guys doing? I know you are doing absolutely fantastic. Well, today I am going to dissect how I am able to manage my time as a full-time worker, as a mom of three girls who are all below 10 years, as a YouTuber, as everything you can think of, how I remain sane and how I am able to stay afloat. This is a topic you are interested in, as some of you guys have been asking me how I cope, well, today I'm going to be spilling all the tea and telling you how I've been doing it. Guys, it's not easy. If you see my eyes, it's not easy. Let me just wear my glasses and tell you guys that it's not easy. If everybody tells you being a parent in diaspora is a walk on the park, tell them Becca says, no. It's not easy. Tell yourself that you can do it. People have done it with 5 kids, with 6 kids, with 7 kids, and they are still doing it. But the difference between us, we on tier 2 sponsorship, is that we are not on any benefits. We don't qualify for any public fund. The system does not support us in any way. So everything you are using to look after your kids, to look after your family, it is things that you have worked hard for. If you don't work hard, you don't get child support, you don't get child benefits, you don't get reduction on anything, you don't have housing benefits, you are not on universal credit. This can go on and on and on. You are not on any benefits. So anything that you live on is money that you have made from your hard-earned pocket, from your blood, from your sweat. That is the same money you are using to look after your family, and that makes a lot of difference. But in today's video, I'm going to be telling you how I manage my time, how I stay afloat, and how I do everything being a mom and being a full-time worker. Okay, so I still work very hard. I work a minimum of 48 hours per week. Yes, I said, look at my eyes, look through my eyes, and you see tiredness. If there is anything, any word above tiredness, that is what I am. I am exhausted, I am knackered, but I still have to keep afloat. Is it doable? Is it attainable? Is it achievable? Can you do it? Yes. Big yes. However, you need big sacrifice. If I went to work, my shift starts from 7:30 to 8 a.m. in the morning. But I have told my colleagues that I need to pick my kids and take them to school. So I leave at 7:45 instead of 8 o'clock. So by 7:45, I leave work. Latest by 8:15, 8:20, I'm home. School starts at 8:45. The school gate actually opens at 8:45 and school starts at 9 o'clock. So if the gate opens at 8:45, it closes at 8:55. You have 10 minutes to get the kids to school and take them to their class. If they are in key stage 2, that is from reception up to year 2, you need to walk them to the class and hand them over to the teacher. So what I do is when I get home at around 8:20, by then they would have been ready, they would have eaten breakfast or just about to finish their breakfast. I just wait for them to finish, make sure everything is physically, okay, they are clean, neat, their uniforms are clean, their hair is tidy. Then I take them to school. Where we live in their school is just 1 minute's drive. If we intend to walk, it's about 5 to 7 minutes walk. Or if they intend to use their scooter, it's about 4 to 5 minutes on the scooter. So it depends on the weather, depends on how we feel. I may either drive them just 1 minute to the school, or they use their scooter, or we walk to the school. But whichever way, by 8:45, we are at the school gate. School gate opens, then I drop them. When I drop them and I come home, if I am from work, the first thing I do is to freshen up, get some breakfast to eat. I go straight to bed. If I were home, there are some days I don't work. If I were home and I didn't go to work, I just relax, maybe do some YouTube videos like I'm doing today, do some YouTube videos or edit some videos if I've already filmed them, get the house tidy, get their lunch ready. Because most of the times when they go to school, the food that they eat is quite light. So when they come home, they are very hungry. So I have to make sure that lunch is ready for them to eat. But if I went to work, I wouldn't wake up to go and prepare lunch yet. I want to have at least good 4 to 5 hours of good sleep. So I just knock down, get some sleep. I have 7 alarms on my phone. And the reason for this 7 alarms is because there was a day I overslept and I missed their pickup time. It was a timely intervention. I don't pray for this to happen to anybody. One thing I'll tell you is that don't create room for people to think that you are not capable of looking after your children. Because the moment you do that, that is where they begin to come after you. And one thing I realize is that when the kids go to school, they ask them a lot. I am talking from experience. They ask them leading questions, indirect questions, questions that they can pick up issues from. For example, if they ask your child, what makes you sad? And the child says, when my dad smacks me with a belt, when my dad beats me with a belt, when my dad takes my tablet away from me and screams for me, then they begin to probe. Okay, this child is a victim of domestic violence. The parents beat him. That is how they begin to look for things around your child. Does he have a sore? Does he have a wound? I am talking from experience. I am fortunate that my children have old souls. So they are young children, but their soul is old. So if you ask them a question, they are able to go outside the box and think. And also I have told them, listen, communicate with your children, please. No matter how young they are, have safety talks with them. Have talks, peep talks. I call them peep talks. Have peep talks with the kids. Tell them the do's and don'ts, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. Like, we'll go to that side in a separate video. Listen, it's not easy. If you don't talk to your children and tell them things, talk to them. You be the first person to tell them things rather than they hearing it from elsewhere. Anyway, we'll go into that topic in another video. Their pickup time is 3:20. That's when the school gate opens for parents to come into the compound, but the classroom gate opens at 3:20. 3:30. So by 3:30 the kids will come out of the class, and my child in year 5, she is allowed to walk out of the class even if I am not there to pick her up, but not to leave the compound on her own. But she can walk out of the class and be on the compound. So I don't usually focus on her. I go straight to the one in reception to pick her up first. When I pick her, I go to the one in year 2. Their classes are a bit spaced, but at the same time they're a bit close. So it's like some seconds walk apart. So I pick the one in reception first. I go to the one in year 2, pick her up, and then I pick the one in year 5. Sometimes I even meet her outside of the compound. She'll already be looking for me, and then we go home. And before we get home, they would have sent their homework or their assignment for the day. So today is Wednesday. On Wednesday, they give assignments to the one in year 2, and she has to return it on Monday. So they give assignments to them once a week. So this one, as I'm speaking to you in this video, they have already sent the assignment. Today is Wednesday. They have sent assignments for the one in year 2. It's on the internet, it's on a link. So I have to open the link and go through with her when she comes home. For me, I can't pay a tutor to teach them, so I teach them myself. I braid their hair myself. I take them to school myself. I pick them up myself, like 100% hands-on. Okay, so when I pick them up from school, if I was going to work that day, I'll bring them home, get them some snacks. Whilst they are snacking, changing themselves and getting settled at home, I'll be doing their dinner. I'll be doing their evening meal. So if I have food already in the freezer, I just defrost it and get it ready. If I don't have food in the freezer, then I start from the scratch to cook. But one thing that has helped me a lot is that when I am free, I do cook bulk and put it in the freezer, so that when I am busy, the weeks that I'm busy, I just defrost it, and then they don't have to wait a long time to have their meals ready. So after they eat, settle in, I give them their vitamins. In this country, Vitamins are very important. Because of the weather, we don't get adequate vitamin D, especially. And also because of the food they eat. I don't know, but I feel like the nutrients in the food are not enough. So I give my kids supplements. So they have multivitamins they take, they have iron they take. I give them on a daily basis. Sometimes I forget. I'm human. Yes, I'm human. So I give them their vitamin supplements, and then we start to do their homework. So the one in year 5, she's giving homework on Mondays and she has to return it on Friday. So that gives you the whole week. The one in year 2 is giving homework on Wednesday, as I said, and she has to return it on the next Monday. The one in reception, they give her reading, coloring, and things. There are 3 people. And then every evening, I make sure they read for 30 minutes. They have books that they read, and I sign that in their learning log to make sure that, yes, I have supervised them to read. If I am not going to work by 6 o'clock, we would have finished everything. Then we have some activity of play. If the sky is still clear, I can take them to the park for them to have like 30 minutes of play. For me, that helps them a lot because when they come home, they are knackered. When they go to the park and they come home, they are very knackered. They just take their shower, they go straight to sleep. Whilst they sleep, if I'm not going to work, that is a brilliant opportunity for me to continue to edit some videos, continue to have some me time, go on the internet to see things, learn, improve myself. If I am going to work, then I would have to leave home latest by 7 o'clock so that I can get to work in time to clock in at 7:30 and take my handover. When I go to work, that's 1 hour of break. At night, we have 1 hour of paid break where I work. So that 1 hour of paid break, listen, I will take my break. At first, I was like, I can decide to take my break, but now I am intentional about my break. I take my break. Unless there was an emergency, something happened, and I need to be on the floor. Otherwise, I take my break. And I tell them, listen, I'm having my break. I am here, so and so. If you need me, if there's an emergency, just come grab me. I take my break. I make sure I drink a lot of water. I make sure I eat well. I make sure I'm intentional about myself. About their hair, one of you asked in one of my videos how I go about their hair. I do their hair by myself because guess what? To do a child's hair costs about 50 to 100 pounds per child. And I have 3 daughters who I always want to make sure they are looking good. If I'm going to be doing their hair in the salon plus my own, I can't. Even my own hair, most of the times I do it at home. And that is one skill I would advise you if you are a mother or if you have daughters or even for yourself traveling abroad. Please learn how to do hair. For an adult here in London, it costs about 150 to 200 pounds to get your braids done. To get your weave on, it's about 100 to 120. For children, it's about 50 to 100. Can I pay that money? No, I can't. So to save me that money, yes, I have to do it myself. By the help of YouTube and, other influencers, I go online. I've learned how to do hair. This hair you see on my hair, I did it by myself. I braid my own hair. I braid my kids' hair. I change their hairstyle every week unless it is braids. If it is braids, it can take them like 2 to 3 weeks. For my shopping, I do bulk buying when I can. So when I have an off day, I go to the shop. I make sure I bulk buy. If I have some strength left, that same day, I bulk cook. I cook in bulk, put it in the freezers, as I said earlier. Defrost them and we eat. If I have a lot of time, then I cook fresh meals so that we don't always have to eat frozen foods. About cleaning and laundry, I use the washing machine 100% of times. So what I do is that I also do bulk washing. If I want to wash, I wash at night in the evening. I start from like 6 p.m. I put it in the machine. By 30 minutes, it's finished washing. I take them out. I put the next batch and so on and so forth. By morning, everything is washed. Then I dry them. I know you are wondering how I'm able to do all this. As I've said, I work 48 to 60 hours a week. And it's not easy. That means that I lack sleep most of the times. I am exhausted. I am fatigued. But once you tell yourself you can do it, yeah, you can do it. And also, one thing that makes me excited is that I want to see my kids grow. I want to see them develop. They will not be like this forever. They will grow. They'll get out of the house. They'll go to tertiary. This is the only time you have to spend with them to create memories. So if you can't sacrifice some time to do this, yes, you can do it. If you've got a partner, if you've got a husband, if you've got a wife, What you can do is that you can shuffle. One person does night. That is what works 100%. One person should do night, one person should do day, so that your shift will not clash. Because if your shift clash and one person is not home, that is why you have to pay a child minder to come and look after the child. And policy for leaving kids at home, you cannot leave a child unsupervised overnight at home. You cannot leave a child who is below the age of, is it 12 years, for a long time in the day. And you can't leave them at all if they're below, I think, 5 years at all. At all. You have to be hands-on, you have to be at home. But if you've got an elderly child who is like above 16 years, you can leave that child on their own, but not in the supervision of other kids. I'll try and leave the link to leaving kids at home in the description box so that you guys can have a look and read. For those of you who are asking, I've got a 17-year-old, can I leave him with like a 5-year-old? You have all the answers to that in that link, or you can go to my video where I talked about childcare options that you can, look into. If you have the money, if you have the finances to bring somebody from outside overseas, that is also a good thing. I brought my parents, they were here to look after them for a while. So if you're in the capacity to do that, that is also it's a good option for you that you can look into. If you've got a child who is above 18, then hooray, you are free. That child is an adult, so that child can literally help you to look after the little one. So basically for me, no 2 days are the same, because one thing I also forgot to mention is that you can ask for flexible shifts. You can ask for fixed days. So fixed days is that you want to work on some particular days. So let's say you want to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you don't want to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is doable. You just need to communicate that to your manager. Also communicate with your kids' school. Let them know your situation. If you want somebody else to pick them up apart from yourself, you need to provide that contact to the school. Tell them that, hey, today I'm not the one going to be picking them up. This person is going to be picking them up. They also have what we call the after school club and the breakfast club, which is also good if you can afford. That starts from as early as 6:30. You can drop the child in school 6:30 in the morning. They've got people to supervise, to look after them. They give them breakfast to eat in the school, and then you can go wherever you want to go to work. I know some people do long days, you don't have anybody, you can drop them in school for early breakfast club, and then they can do the after school club. That is also from the time school closes to up until 7 p.m. There is somebody in the school to look after them. So yes, it is doable, it's achievable, it's attainable once you've got the finances, once you know how to navigate your way around. And as I said, always have little talks with your kids. Let them know the do's and don'ts. In my house, also, one thing I forgot to say is that I've got cameras. That's my second eye. If I am not there and somebody is going to look after them, I've got cameras around the house. On the top floor, ground floor, I have got cameras that I can look into to see what is happening. That also gives me rest of mind as a parent. I know that yes, they are being well looked after even in my absence. And that one thing I'll recommend for you as a parent also to keep. So that camera is connected to my phone. I can just look on it. I can talk to them. Actually, they can talk to me on the camera. So it's a very good device that I think every parent should have. You connect it to your phone. It's a two-way device. You can talk to them, they can talk to you. They can not see you, but you can see everything. It is crystal clear, just like doing a video call. They also have their gadgets, their phones and things that you can communicate to them, especially if they are growing up. Talk to them. You can put a tracker on the phone. Another thing I forgot to mention is that they are allowed to take phones to school. From year 5, they are allowed to take phone to school. However, they are not allowed to take the phone to their class. So they can leave the phone at the reception or at the gate of the school. There is somebody there to collect the phone from them, and then after school they can take the phone back. That is for those that are a little bit older, that you want to communicate with them after school, or say, hey, can you just wait around for me, I'll pick you up. So it is allowed. Trust me, these people understand us as parents because they themselves are parents. One thing that helped me was when I was putting my case in school, the social worker or the family worker that works in their school, we had an induction meeting which was a lengthy one. They talked me through everything. They exposed a lot of things to me to make sure that I'll be able to navigate my way around. They even made recommendations to me, some things that I can do, which has helped me a lot. And they gave me the school calendar as well. So they'll give you the school calendar so that you can plan your itinerary. For example, when they are on school break, you can take your annual leave around that time. That is also a break for you to stay at home, to just relax and unwind, to make sure that you go to places with them for them. So my little one, she cannot really read. She can read some things, but not everything. So when she brings the book, I have to read to her. I have to teach her some of the words, some of the intonations. There are some of the things we have to go on YouTube to watch them, like videos. They see it. If we are talking about maybe, let's say, the mermaid, and we want to know what the mermaid looks like, we go on YouTube, we watch the videos on there, tell them how it looks like, and that has really helped. So all in all, if you are balancing your time well, if you are managing your time well, if you are communicating with the people around you, you will get some support. Sometimes also there are mothers that are around your kids' school or in the community. When you go to the playground, you find them in the same play group with your child. It also helps such mothers. You can come around and you can support and help each other. And one thing I recommend is this playground. Take them to the playground. Let them play. Apart from the learning, once they come home naked, they come home exhausted, you wouldn't have to shout plenty. They will wind down. They will wash, go and get sleep. And they will sleep till the sleep knows their name. So this is how I manage my time briefly. There are some days I have more energy than some days. There are some days I am so exhausted. So when I've got the opportunity like today, I sit down, I film like 2-3 videos, and then I post, and I post them gradually with time. So even when I'm busy, my videos will be playing, and I can still get in touch also with my to do what I keep doing so that I don't fall short in any of this aspect. I hope this video will be of benefit to somebody. Smash the like button for this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn off post notification bell icon so that anytime I upload a video, guys, you'll be notified and be able to watch. Until you meet again in my next video, guys, is bye.